Manchester United's fixture list has just dropped, and it truly might be the toughest start in Premier League history. Can Ruben Amorim survive the firestorm, or will he? And will the season be over before it begins? That's what we are talking about today, guys. So let's lock in. Let's join. I've been AWOL for a minute, but I'm back now, and let's get into it. Let's get into it, folks. Let's get into it. Brother, it is hot as a mug right now. But that's not going to stop us. We are going to get into it and we are going to get rocking. So first things first, we got to look at five the first five games, which I think will make sense for us to do. And then we'll kind of walk through what the situation is and what Manchester United will be facing. Because one thing is for sure, this season is a make or break for a lot of things. Let's see, season fixtures. Coded 38. All right, so first things first, I think Manchester United are going to be doing the hard yards of facing Arsenal first, which is August 17th. We are going to be facing Arsenal first, and this is going to be problematic. It is going to be troublesome because one thing is for sure, Arsenal are looking at this game and understanding that this is the game that they need to start their fights to get this Premier League title finally. This Premier League title finally. And that is going to be where the thing is going to be hard for them, in my opinion, because Arsenal have had a hard time coming to Manchester United and actually defeating Manchester United. So Arsenal are coming to Old Trafford to face Manchester United on the 18th, on the 17th of August. And then right after that, you see Fulham, Burnley, Manchester City, and Chelsea. So those are our first five fixtures, our first five matches in the 2025-2026 season. And let me know what you guys think about this situation. Do you think it's better to kind of get the tough matches out of the way, or do you think your team needs to kind of get better and kind of, how would I put it, make sure that they are in rhythm for them to then face the big teams? Because Manchester United are not just facing little teams in this situation. We're looking at the first five games. We're looking at Arsenal, Manchester City, Chelsea, and you also have Fulham. These are really tough teams to play. So, what kind of situation are Manchester United going? Because the first things first that we need to even think about is if Ruben Amorim goes into the season and starts badly, we might be seeing the end of Ruben before it even starts. You get me? We might be seeing the end of the season before it even starts because our match against Arsenal, I believe that would kind of come out to um. He says, "Haha, we beat you in the Europa League." Well, it's possible. You guys definitely cut the worst Manchester United ever. That's basically what you did, and you guys definitely did a good job in winning it, even though that game was really bad. That's what I would say about that situation. But if when Arsenal comes to Old Trafford on the 17th of August, then we'll actually then see what the situation is. You get me? The team, how Ruben Amorim has been able to actually coach them into getting them into shape and understanding his system. That's the only positive about this situation. Now, the negative in this situation is that is if we lose to Arsenal, that could be honestly a Debbie Downer. It could be a situation where um, Manchester United are losing confidence before the season even kicks off. You get me? We are losing confidence before the season kicks off. And that is a troubling sight. That will be a troubling sight to even see because Manchester United cannot afford right now to have a bad start to the Premier League because that's the only thing that we focused on. That's the only thing we are going to be focusing on. And if we are focusing on that alone, we need to make sure that we end up in top four. You get me? And it all starts on the 17th of August. That's where it all starts. It all starts on the 17th of August, and it has to be a situation where Manchester United actually get this going. You understand? Get us going and actually have us in a way that we can actually win the game. You understand? So that's the first things first. And then we look at the next game. The next game is going to be against Fulham. Fulham is not to be played with. It's not to be played with. They have a really good defense, a really good attacking line, and kind of not mediocre, but like above average midfield. And we all saw what Marco Silva did last season. He was touted to become the next coach of Tottenham Hotspur. That's how good he was next last season. And so in this situation, I believe Manchester United have to. We have to pick up 3 points here. Now, against Arsenal, we might go with a draw. You get me? We might take a draw against Arsenal. But when it comes to playing against Fulham away, going to the London Stadium or going to their stadium in London, we need to make sure that we get 3 points out of that situation. You understand me? Against Burnley, which is coming, they're just coming from the championship. They are a really good side, really athletic, really fast under Scott Parker. Really fast. Literally, Scott Parker had them so defensively drilled that I think they only allowed 13 goals in the entire season last year. Only 13 goals in the entire season last year. So we need to make sure that we do not allow these people. We do not allow what they call him, Burnley, spoil the show. We need to make sure that we go into Burnley and get 3 points. And so when we are talking about that situation, when we're just even looking at it right now, we are looking at maybe a point from Arsenal if everything's all well, or if we are bodacious, getting 3 points from Arsenal. But I believe it's going to be a point. And then you look at Fulham, maybe I believe we can get 3 points in this situation. So let's say 3 points, um, 3 points with Burnley. That makes it 7 points. Manchester City away, so we are going to the Etihad Stadium very, very early in the season, which I don't know what they were thinking about this in terms of those people that are actually making the schedule. But why would you put a Manchester derby at the start of the season? You understand? And then you then do a back to back because Manchester United then faces Chelsea right after facing us, Manchester City. I think this is not good for the league, but one thing is for sure, it's going to be entertaining. That's for sure. It is going to be very entertaining. So that's definitely going to be the difference. So Manchester City, maybe we get like a draw or maybe it's a loss in that situation. So we're still on 7 points in our first 4 games. So 7 points in our first 4 games is not bad. So basically, it is one draw, 2 wins, one loss. And then against Chelsea, I believe we can beat Chelsea. Now it's historically we have had a hard time defeating Chelsea, but I still believe that we can beat Chelsea in this situation. I don't think their squad is that great, but they really have talented players coming in with them bringing Liam Delap in. So it will be a tough time to play Chelsea, but I still believe that we can definitely do something. At least do a draw here, and so that's um, the first five fixtures. And then you look at Brentford, Sunderland, Liverpool, Brighton, and Forest. That's another really tough schedule. Another really tough 5 games next. And then we might start going into kind of the Christmas period. But you're looking at Brentford, Sunderland. Brentford is a tough side because they are going to be getting a new manager. New manager bounce, if you guys do not know, is a big thing in football. So a new manager bounce, a new manager that gives new ideas. Manchester United not knowing how they're actually going to be playing against them. And so it is going to be a tough, it's literally brand new ideas playing against Manchester United. So Ruben Amorim would have his day cut out for him against Brentford, which is the 9th, no, the 27th of October. So 27th of October, I believe. No, 27th of September, sorry. 27th of September is what we'll see. We'll face Brentford. And then you look at October 4th would be Sunderland, which is a really good side. They have lost one of their best players in Joe Bellingham that has gone to Borussia Dortmund. But he's also a really, that team is also a really, really strong team. They do not give up a lot of, the game I watched was the game at Wembley that they defeated Sheffield, I believe, coming down from 1-0 and in the dying minutes getting that two-goal lead. I mean, that second goal to take them up to the Premier League. And right after Sunderland, we are looking at Liverpool, Brighton, Forest, and Spurs. Prof, that is a very, very tough run. You're looking at Liverpool, champions of England, Brighton, really good side, Forest, really had a really good side and know their identity. And then you're looking at Spurs that are going to be having Frank, what's his name? Thomas Frank. They're going to be having a new manager, so the new manager bounds for Spurs also, and then we face Everton on the 22nd of November, which I think it's going to be the first time we face Everton at their new stadium, which is also very difficult. You understand? Everton is not a small side to beat or to scoff at. They're a very, very difficult side. And then after that, we are going to be facing Palace, West Ham, Wolves, and Bournemouth. Okay, so that's quite favorable. I think Palace, West Ham, Wolves, and Bournemouth, with Bournemouth and West Ham being my biggest problem in that schedule or that couple of weeks, those 5 weeks. And then for that, you then have Villa, Newcastle, Wolves, and Leeds. Oh, I can't wait to play Leeds. I look forward to playing Leeds every single year. See me, what's good, love? I look forward to playing Leeds every single year. It's one of the biggest rivals, and I just love playing them, honestly. And then you have Burnley, City, Arsenal, Fulham. Okay, yeah. So it basically just goes back to kind of the repeat of the game or the repeat of the game. Yeah. So yeah, this is a tough one, honestly. It's truly a tough um season based on what I'm seeing here. Ruben Amorim is definitely going to have it cut out for him for sure. He's going to have a lot of things for him to solve because this is not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy whatsoever. It truly is not going to be easy. By the way, I'm looking at my screen as I'm doing this, so you guys bear with me. See me, how you doing, love? Thank you. I appreciate you for the likes. I truly do. I truly do. So yeah, there's a lot of crazy things happening with this season fixtures, but it has to be this year. So I'm good, thanks you. I'm doing great. It's really hot today, and so I'm honestly just after this live that I go, I'm literally just gonna rip my shirt open because I am hot. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm already sweating. Um, and if I turn on the aircon, what tends to happen is, thanks for the gift. I truly appreciate you, the rose. I turn on the aircon. What tends to happen? It then gets picked up by my mic and situations like that. So I do not want to do that. So I'm basically gonna truck it out. I'm gonna do it for y'all, and we are basically gonna get through this slowly but surely. All right, now let's go into the transfers about what is happening. First things first, we are looking. Oh, we basically just got news. Manchester City won against, who the heck is this? I do not know those people. But Manchester City won. Simi sent a heart puff. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. I truly appreciate you. South Africa. Aibo. Benfica closing in on a deal for Dedic on a permanent transfer from RB Salzburg. Transfer will be 10 million. Here we go is coming soon. So that's definitely something that's happening for Benfica, and I think that's a good deal because Dedic is quite a good player. I'm not going to claim that I watch him every day, but the little I know about him is pretty tight. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Dean Huijsen, and also young talent Gonzalo Garcia picked by Xavi Alonso in the first starting 11 ever. at Real Madrid. So that's really good. That's to basically just tell you that Xavi Alonso is going to be given a lot of options and a lot of people um, playing time. Hey, salute. Look at that. TikTok tap on the cap. Let's go, Simi. Ivo. Um, Portugal new midfielder for Hertha BSE. So that's definitely good. We got new talent to sign new deal or next talent to sign new deal at Arsenal after Miles Lewis Kelly is Ethan Nwaneri. So it's basically the matter of time. Ah, it says he laughing. Yeah, you don't know. I know a little bit of I know a little bit of Mosa. I don't know if I did it if I said that right, but I'm sure you're gonna correct me. Mosa. Benjamin Sesko, agent Elvis Basanovic, answers on Arsenal Leipzig more. We have a clear plan. We will never force. Jeez, let me pause. I don't know what's going on. I can't even read today. It says we have a clear plan. We will never force or blackmail Leipzig. We do things the right way or don't do them. Chesko will only leave for a special club and a special project. So that's basically Elvis. I don't know why. I think this is quite very backhanded in this situation because when you're looking at this situation, thank you for sharing, Simi. I appreciate you. When you're looking at this project here or looking at this statement from Benjamin Shesko's agent, it's like, why would you need to bring Gyökeres into this business? There was no need to take a subliminal shot at Gyökeres, in my mind. You get me? There was really no need to do that. There's really no need to do that. So why do you bring him into the situation? I don't think it makes sense. I don't think I like. I know Arsenal are in love with Benjamin Sheshko, and I know it's his job to make sure Arsenal gets Sheshko gets the move that he wants. But there's really no need for you to take a shot. Thomas Frank has arrived at Spurs. The Danish man, he's gonna do such good work for those guys. That's one thing I believe. Miles Lewis Kelly has agreed to sign a new long-term deal at Arsenal, all done and set to be confirmed soon. The player only wanted to stay at Arsenal, and talks have been advancing for months, as reported. He is staying. A new deal confirmed, as Charles Watts reports. Let me say something about this kid. This guy looks like the future captain of Arsenal to me. He looks like the future captain of Arsenal to me, and it's absolutely brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant because Real Madrid literally started sniffing around. They literally started sniffing around. And if there's anything you want to know about the situation and about Real Madrid coming for your young talents, is that they're going to get him. Is that they're going to get him. And for him to absolutely sign the renewal of that contract when he had an opportunity to go to Real Madrid, if there was even an inkling of him not signing it, Real Madrid would have taken over. Real Madrid would have taken over. That's one thing I'm telling you. Miles Lewis Kelly close to signing new contract at Arsenal, fresh long-term deal to make 18-year-old England international among world best paid young players. Mikel Arteta vital to Arsenal renewal negotiated by mother Marcia Lewis. Oh, that's so nice. That is so nice. That is so nice. His mother basically negotiated the deal for Miles Lewis Kelly. So it's definitely done. This is another news that is quite sad for me is Mikhailo Modric. Mikhailo Modric charged by the FA for anti-doping violations and could face up to a 4-year ban. Fabrizio Romano says we can confirm that Mikhailo Modric has been charged with anti-doping rule violations alleging the presence and or use of prohibited substance in terms of the regulations 3 and 4 of the FA's anti-doping regulations. As this is an ongoing case, we are not in a position to comment any further in this time. So that's one thing for sure. Say, bro, always I love with Madrid as a United fan. Who is in love with Madrid, brother? Who is in love with Madrid? I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you, Real Madrid would have gotten Miles Lewis Kelly if he didn't sign. It was quite simple. It's quite simple. Real Madrid have eyes on Lewis Kelly, Konate, and I've forgotten the other player. The other player I believe is from Valencia or something. So that's one thing is for sure. Okay, let's talk about your boy Joan Laporta. Barcelona president Joan Laporta, we can sign players normally and are in the 1:1. We are about to make an eminent signing and are working on another. We currently have a flexible relationship with La Liga. I believe we will be able to announce new signings soon. So Barcelona finally have figured out how to get to one, which is pretty good. Good for them because this club should not be here battling with what they call it, this whole one situation. It should never be the situation for um for Barcelona. It's just bad spending and absolutely ridiculous buying of players. That's just what it is. That is just what it is. Understand Chelsea have Brighton's Joao Pedro on one of their targets and on their short list for the summer. Highly appreciated. Initial contacts took place to be informed on the situation as Joao can leave this summer. Newcastle already approached Brighton this week. Let me tell you something. Chelsea are just trying to buy every single person. It is crazy work. What in the world are Chelsea doing? Just trying to buy every single person, every kid, every young player, every talented player are trying. Chelsea are trying to buy them for what reason? Arsenal are currently not willing to pay 80 to 100 million demanded by RB Leipzig for Benjamin Šeško. There has been no official offer from Arsenal yet. Arsenal and the players' camp remain in contact, but personal terms are not fully agreed. Arsenal are still monitoring Victor Gyökeres. It will be crucial to see whether he can move for the verbal agreed 60 to 70 million pounds or if Sporting will demand more. Arsenal need to figure this out. There's no reason why you should be looking and still be dilly-dallying on this situation while you need to get this done. You need to get this done. At this point, I don't know what you are doing. I don't know what they're doing. Napoli are progressing in talks to sign Dan Ndoye with personal terms now almost agreed. Discussions ongoing with Bologna. Conte has approved Ndoye as a target. Already last month, as reported, Jadon Sancho remain on Napoli's list, but not at current salary fee. So that's definitely what's happening with that situation. So Ndoye basically did a good one and won. He won the first, I think it's the Super Coppa with Bologna, which is their first title in a long time. So that's definitely good for him. Um, what's next in the news world? Okay, yes. Barcelona have announced to join Garcia, so that's good. Leeds, all documents are ready for Jakob Boyge or Boyge to sign as Leeds new player from Udinese, 22 million package. I do not know who that is, unfortunately. Angel Gomez has lined up a return in the Premier League before he settled for remaining in France. Yeah, man, bro, play your football. Don't focus on all this rubbish. Tata, Chelsea also considered Jamie Byron Gittens as their priority target at winger with talks to follow with BVB. Agreement still sealed with players' side. The club also made an inquiry for Malik Fofana in direct contact with Lyon. So that's crazy. What next? What next? Anyway, though, We have Edin Dzeko lands in Italy tonight, as he will sign as uh, new Fiorentina player on Thursday. Agreements confirmed, a 1 year deal plus option in June 2027. A striker who leaves for Fenerbahce. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about this situation. This is the news, the latest news, and I've also spoken about the fixtures. And let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this one, because it is a big one and it's something that has definitely done a big one for us. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'll talk to you guys later.